All reports have an introduction, and there are a number of key features that you might want to include in your report to make sure that it's a success. I'm going to highlight these key features in a moment, but it's important to remember that if your audience changes, or the purpose of your report changes, you may want to include fewer or more of the points that I outline here. Now we're going to write an introduction to a 3,000-word report to be presented to the Quality in Learning and Teaching Committee. The report should explore the relationship between learning technologies and student experiences at university. You should consider how you will collect relevant data to present in this report and make any recommendations to the committee that you think are appropriate. We're going to start this introduction by giving some background information, and we'll start by saying who the intended audience for the report is: the Quality in Learning and Teaching Committee. We're also stating the topic of the report in the introduction, and the topic is the role of technology in enhancing student experiences. And we're identifying the particular focus. It's student experiences at undergraduate level. The introduction in this report also acknowledges previous research relating to the topic and includes references, which is one of the features that makes an introduction different to an abstract. It is essential in an introduction to state the specific aim and purpose of the report. This report shows how it is focusing on a specific higher education institution, and this makes it different to previous research. Moving on, we look briefly at the methodology of the report, giving an overview of participants and the way data was collected. As we move further into the introduction, we can begin to highlight the key findings. The use of language can show some of the reactions to these findings. For example, the use of surprisingly as an adverb to show that some of the findings were not expected. Also, the use of linking words and adverbs indicate how the findings relate to each other. For example, similarly to, teaching staff, or however. Finally, this introduction indicates which areas the recommendations will address. Note how these fit with what was mentioned in the aims. Remember, an introduction is an overview and doesn't need too much detail. It just needs to touch on the key points I've mentioned: the intended audience, the topic and focus, and any previous relevant research and references to it. And then there's the aims and purposes of the report, the methodology used, and finally, any key recommendations. These are the ingredients for a successful introduction. However, there's no substitute for experience. The more you practice writing introductions, the better your reports will become.